Hi, welcome back to the James Podcast, where it's my podcast. And today I am going to be recapping the music so far that has come out this year. And my guest today is Space for Defying Gravity. That's also to say that I'm doing this alone because I can. Anyways, okay. So as of February 27th, which is when I'm doing the voice for this, I'm going to be recapping everything that has come out so far. The rules I'm having for this for me so I don't go overboard is just really anything that's come out, any new music. I know there's been some deluxes that have come out, so I'm only going to talk about those deluxe songs. So and just really what I've listened to, because I've not listened to everything. I don't know, I think Drake came out, I did not listen to that. So I'm going to start off with what I think so far is my album of the year, Eusexual by Frequently Known as Twigs. I started listening to Twigs last year with, I think it was Capri Songs, I'm pretty sure it was the name of the album. Hold on, I might have my phone out right now, just looking at all the albums that I have saved on my phone. So I know all the names for it. Yes, Capri Songs. That was the album that I first listened to from Frequently Known as Twigs. So when I heard that she was gonna have Eusexual coming out, I was really excited for it. The first song, the first single, which was Eusexual, got me really invested into the album. It is Eusexual. The song is one of the prettiest songs I've ever heard. It's slow, but it's electronic, and it's honestly I wouldn't say it's has a deep meaning, but it just feels special. It feels personal, and I really kind of love those more raw and emotional songs. And then when the album came out, it just has this mix of different sounds. You have some sadder songs and you have some upbeat, childlike things. That with Northwest, when I found out that Northwest was on the song and she was the one doing, I think it was Japanese, I was gagged that it was her. I mean, we can clock if it's nepotism or not. I personally think it was good, with or without Northwest. But yeah, I think so far, out of all the projects I've listened to, that's probably my album of the year, just because of how unique it sounds, and just with the lead single, she just started off with a bang. And then another album, jumping to another one that started off with a big bang, is So Close to What by Tate McRae. With her single, Hey I'm Okay, that was such a strong single to start with. It was just one of those kind of dancey, fun songs that still kind of has some meaning. I mean, we know Tate McRae, she is an amazing dancer. When I think of Tate McRae, I think of her more as kind of a performer than a singer. Not to say that she doesn't have a great singing voice, but mostly I like to think of her as kind of someone who will kind of produce the trendy pop hits, and she did not disappoint. I mean, Sports Car. Oh my gosh, that song was on loop when it came out. That was such a great final single to go with. Two Hands was fine, but it was really the It's Okay I'm Okay and then Sports Car were such good singles. And then Revolving Door, that also, what an amazing song, really good. What I thought was really interesting, okay. Because I saw recently, that Tate McRae, she changed her album cover to a different picture, but then I'm just looking at it now, and it's back to what it was originally. So I don't know what the tea with that is, but honestly, this is another great project. I know she has not gotten any nominations for Grammys, so I think this is a really good chance for her to maybe potentially start getting some Grammy nominations. I know she is not eligible for Best New Artist because her team has already tried to get her a nomination in that category 3 times, and apparently that's the maximum tries you get as an artist. So unfortunately, we'll not be seeing her getting that one, but I possibly could see her getting one of those dance pop recordings or something like that. Okay, now it's time for one last pop girly that I listen to. This is not going to help with the rumors though. We have Short and Sweet Deluxe that came out, and that introduced 5 new songs. Okay, so I think for compared to the other 2 albums that I just talked about, I think the lead kind of song that Sabrina was kind of pushing was not the best one. I just personally did not like the Please 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 with Dolly Parton. I just think their voices did not sound good together. I mean, when they were by themselves, I think it was good, but then when you put them next to each other, I think there was definitely some it just did not sound good. And personally, whenever there's a remix, I personally like when artists have a different verse for the new artist, kind of going back a while with Save Your Tears, how Ariana Grande, she did it a completely different verse. I personally like that better than just kind of doing the original verse. And honestly, Dolly did not get that many lines by herself. She only got 4 lines. And I kind of wish she got some more lines. I wish she kind of got that whole second verse to herself. But yeah, I will say though, 15 Minutes and Busy Woman are amazing songs. Those have also been, especially Busy Woman, both of those were on repeat. So those were good. And then I'm going to go into all of my indie stuff that I've been listening to. I don't think I've listened to that many indie projects from this year, but I do have a couple that I'm going to talk about. So my first one, this is one that I personally love. It's called Choke Enough by Oklo. It's really different from what I've heard. It's kind of electronic, but more edgy in a way, and it's just so unique. I think some of the standout songs are Thank You for Recording and Family and Friends. Those are really great. Those are masterpieces of songs. Let's just clock that. Those are amazing songs. I think this album was amazing. Oklo, I'm pretty sure she's from France. Another one that I have, 1111 by Big Pig. She's also from Ireland. Pretty sure. Yes, Ireland. Again, go Irish. That one again is honestly kind of one of those it's a poppy twist, I would say. She has some really good songs in here. It's a very quick listen. But again, that's another album that I listened to and I loved. I honestly, for some of these indie projects, I wish there was more attention on these because these are honestly what are the best parts. That's why I love listening to indie music, because there's so many standouts. We have another one that I listened to, The Breeze Grew a Fire by Mereba. Hope I say that right. I hope I'm saying all these right, actually, because you just, whenever I find indie albums, I just look them up on Apple Music, so I never get to, hear the artist saying their own name. I never get to hear, an interviewer say, please welcome, blah, blah, blah. So I'm, low-key kind of guessing with these. But yeah, again, this is another one. I mean, this one has a lot of deeper meaning kind of to her. Again, this is really good. These are some really good songs. I personally thought it was funny when I saw the record label. It said Secretly Canadian. I was like, is she Canadian? And then I go to her page and she's from the United States. And I was like, so is one of her parents Canadian? But that's just me being really picky. But I mean, again, Counterfeit, White Doves, Ever Needed, those are some really great songs off of the album. And then we have a couple more projects. Yes, a couple more. So I had to check the dates on these. We have Saya by Saya Gray. This is, again, a kind of indie techno album. Oh, so good. Shell of a Man. Again, addictive, on repeat, on loop, really good. And then also 10 Ways to Lose a Crown. That's also a really good song from the album. I just really liked the uniqueness of this album and how different it was, and also The album cover is very interesting. I love one of the things I do when I listen to indie albums is I'll usually kind of choose them by the cover. I know that's one of the worst ways to do stuff. It's like never judge a book by its cover, but I've been listening to so many successful and amazing albums with that strategy. Like going back to last year, like Mirror Starts Moving Without Me, that had a really cool album cover, and that was one of my favorite albums of the whole year. Like Memoir of a Sparkle Muffin by Suki Waterhouse. Again, amazing cover, amazing album, really got me hooked to it. Sad Girl by Tisha, I think is how you say her name. Again, really cool album cover, really good album. Imaginal Disc by Magdala Bay. Again, like a lot of albums I listened to from that were indie that had good album covers were good. And again, another one like that, I don't know how to say that first word. Armageddon in a Summer Dress. Armageddon by Sunny War. I hope I said that Armageddon right. All I know is that the captions are just going to like horribly misspell that. And I'm going to be like, what was I talking about here? But this again was a really good album. One thing that I think is really funny about this is whenever she has features for the songs. So like, for example, one of my favorites of it is Walking Contradiction. So how it has it on Apple Music, it's like Walking Contradiction, feat Steve Ignorant, and then it repeats that. So it's like Walking Contradiction, feat Steve Ignorant, feat Steve Ignorant. It's like I get the point that's featuring Steve Ignorant. I'm not ignoring that. And then I just realized that she has a feature of John Doe. So congrats, John Doe, you're now a singer. Again, another song that I really liked off of this was Ghost. That was also really good. What I really liked about this, so the genre of it is technically folk on Apple Music, but like it's kind of more of like the alternative kind of, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's like a little bit creepy in a way, which I kind of like. It just is I just really love unique sounds. And then now I'm going to hit some singles that I listened to that I loved. First, obviously, we have to talk about Born Again by Lisa featuring Doja Cat and Ray. Such a great song. I mean, I don't think I really have to talk about it that much because that song is so good. Love it. And then another song, this one's going back to indie, called I've Seen Your Ex by Flower of Love. That, again, great kind of poppy sound, is really fun. And then I love Flower of Love so much. I think she went viral for Breaking News, that song. That's when I first discovered her. But I've been listening to her ever since then. And she has some amazing projects. She released a EP recently called that has Breaking News and like a couple other singles. Again, really good. One thing that I love about Flower of Love, her single cover for I've Seen Your Ex is so cool to look at. Like, again, that's another one of my things. Cool album cover, good song. Okay, what else came out? I really can't remember anything that's come out. I mean, it's only been like 2 months of stuff that's come out. So I'm trying to like look at all of my stuff just to kind of see, have I hit everything? Oh, Butterfly by Marina. That also was really good. I love Marina, who, if you guys may know her from Marina and the Diamonds. That was her old stage name, but that was a really good single. And yeah, that's all the time we have for a project that I'm looking forward to from this year. Just kind of hitting some that I'm excited for. Obviously, I think we're all excited for Mayhem by Lady Gaga. I think that's kind of a clear one. Ruby by Jenny. I forgot to talk about Extra L with Jenny Dochi. That song was really good. So I'm really excited for Ruby. And then also Alter Ego by Lisa. I think reason why I'm excited for them is that Rosé, she has set the bar really high for her fellow members of Blackpink to kind of do their own solo projects. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do on their own. And then also Off With Her Head by Banks. I'm excited for that. Again, amazing song with Doechii called I Hate Your Ex-Girlfriend. If you can't, that's a pet art. I love Doechii so much. And then also my last album I'm excited for is called For Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Woman by Japanese Breakfast. I'm excited for that one too. And I also forgot one more. Lana Del Rey's new album. Hold on, I can't remember the name of it, but I know it's coming out in, I hope it's coming out in May. I just don't know when she's ever said, like, and she did say a date, but like she never, I have only heard one thing from it, but yeah, that is all the time we have. So be excited for those new projects, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.